We're going to BOE now. This is a... Hanzo went completely through that first draft. This is the Hanzo map, though. It will not be getting through this draft.
Pretty sure. As we had lots of somewhat weird bans coming out from Ace, targeting Gondar's hero pool, which did not end up working because they already had that Medivh.
Yeah.
You gotta be able to adapt to your enemy team's playstyle and change it up a little bit. Ace still having that as the biggest struggle, and see, they're keeping that together.
Garrosh, first ban. This should be a Phoenix ban, although Phoenix did go through this map yesterday. There's a possibility of just a Medivh ban here. Not really Ace's style, but a safe ban. Maiev, another fair ban. I was thinking about it, G-Clef. If they last rights that Maiev earlier, could have just dodged it with the Warden's jump, but I don't think he had it, so I don't know. But
Vault?
Yeah,
it's only 12-second cooldown, so maybe.
He may have had it. I don't know. If he does have it, he just jumps over that, so.
With the Phoenix plan, there will be Medivh taken away. Let's see which way, and usually it would be Genji if this happened, but because we're playing BOE, it is Hanzo this time from BlossoM.
Yeah. So... Hanzo just being way too powerful on this map in terms of race potential. You cannot challenge the Hanzo. Should be a Sonya rotation here for Ace because Sonya is going to be able to not only solo the Immortal when you're defending with Medivh, which is what you're going to have to do, but also can dominate the top lane, can control the neutral camp very easily. It's a very smart map. Or sorry, smart Sonya rotation here. The Diablo, however, I'm not so optimistic about Ace's potential control of the Diablo. Like, will they really be able to make a Diablo pick as valuable as Gondar just did with this composition? Even if they get the triple trinity, the Diablo coming through here with the Sonya, it's going to be difficult to pull off against good positioning from Hanzo. It's not a great Diablo map. They do it anyways. This is a huge risk.
They did it before with Diablo, Medivh, Rag. It was not this map, it was Infernal Shrines, which fit the map a lot better, which BlossoM did in last game. Ace having Sonya, maybe they're thinking this could work. We saw it work for lots of other teams, maybe it works for us too. But of course not the best map, and also you'll be losing lots of your control. And last time, when they wanted to pair that up with, they had the Uther, but Uther is banned. I feel like BlossoM really did their homework and knowing what Ace likes to play when they have these kind of heroes.
Oh yeah. When your coordination isn't as good and your Medivh is not fantastic when you run this comp, Uther is a great way to kind of give you a crutch because you have the ability to add additional armor. Divine Shield can allow you to force your way through portals, allow Diablo and Sonya to really force their way into these team fights to set up for the combos they're looking for, but Uther removed here means it's just so difficult. And they'll probably pick the Stukov now, but it just isn't going to be the same. Even though if they have almost all the same heroes as BlossoM, you need to have a better map for Diablo like Infernal Shrines. You need to have the coordination that BlossoM has developed over years of Heroes of the Storm play in the professional scene. And Ace has already learned the lesson multiple times that if you pick the best heroes for the meta or the ones that are left open, it doesn't mean you automatically win. You have to be able to utilize them. You have to have the coordination. See what we're seeing here for Gondar's tank with the ETC and Garrosh removed again. He'll save it for last with Blaze picked as the sole laner.
And Taika's kind of like the ballistics draft that we saw from yesterday. And I believe when this kind of thing happened, BlossoM actually picked Arthas once. Not sure if it was Gondar or Wiz who played that, because Arthas usually the solo lane. Look that up right now. It was Gondar. Yeah. So maybe they are thinking of that Arthas along with Blaze. They have some CC to connect.
Well, with the Greymane coming through, I think Arthas is a fantastic pick. Can really slow down and weaken everything that they're trying to do. Rhaegar even has to come at you to do the full damage. Tyrael was banned, I think, in that specific case. They were going to take the Tyrael over it to protect Hanzo so that they can deal with the invades coming through from the dive of Ace a lot better. And it's interesting that they take the Rhaegar here. It's so good with Sonya, so good with Diablo, but I think the Stukov would have been so strong against the Blaze, and also would give you a little bit of extra pressure when you're trying to siege in onto the Immortal. I guess the idea is that they want to have extra damage and they'll have burst healing for the Sonya, for the Greymane, Diablo if need be. But a little bit worried here with this draft. The coordination on the side of Ace just is not ready for this type of high-level play. The high-level trio of the Medivh, Sonya, Diablo requires some serious finesse that I'm a little bit concerned that they might not have yet.
And if this time, against that Diablo, there's that percent damage bleeding on Tychus. Will be a lot tougher once you run out of that protection. Force of will from Medivh. Because most of the damage from BlossoM is not burst. It's somewhat burst, but it's more of sustained damage from the back line with Hanzo and Tychus. So this is kind of already a counter against the protection from Medivh.
Notice this is Ace 0-9 on this battleground.
Oh.
They are our 8th place team currently, nearing the end of regular season, but a lot of games played on this map. Nearly every week, still having a pretty abysmal win rate.
That's better than Lucio. So Lucio having 0-11.
That is true.
Phase 1.
Well, see the matchup in the top lane is already underway. KCB getting chunked down here by both the Hanzo and the Diablo. Very difficult to deal with when you're getting bullied like this. Like this already, I think, is a sign that this comp isn't going to work. They're getting bullied so hard in this early game with a Tyrael pick. This is not like Diablo's scared because maybe Garrosh is going to toss him or he's going to deal with the ETC power side. This is Tyrael. And KCB is hiding scared behind the wall while this team is just smashing the waves using these shields. Look at that shield. Perfect timing there against the cocktail. And they're just already getting a wall down.
And if they want to go in, they need that Sonya along with them to actually provide enough damage.
This is their first time. They tried. Now he can't get back in the portal. He's just getting chunked down again.
Because the root was already placed Nasang on a perfect duty right there.
Just using these grenades to continue to harass everyone, make sure that they can't mount up. BlossoM is crushing this with the wave clear they have. And Ace just doesn't have the coordination to grab a target and kill them. It's difficult, obviously, against Tyrael shields, for example, but right now he's already used Eldruins. Shield is on cooldown. They could have tried to make a play with a portal.
Oh man, this is how I feel in Braxis after the draft. The laning, if I lose the laning, and then everyone in my team is thinking, oh man, we lost this game. But not yet. Of course your structures are going down, but your keep, your fort, all the other important ones are pretty safe, and as long as you take that Immortal, the strongest one in all the battleground, I think you'll be safe, but you need to find your chance.
Look at just how much Modern Life can do against Diablo as well with this Tychus pick. Like, he's just burning him down. He's bleeding him out when he tries to get into range. I think there is a potential to kill the, realistically, either Tyrael or Tychus while Tychus is harassing, but they just have to be decisive. And so far they have not. I'm actually really curious to see, or would be curious to see if Hero has more than 10 stacks for his Master's Touch, because I don't think so. He's really just not even been able to get into range to poke with Q while they lose their entire wall. Camp's taken from them. Here comes an invade.
Arcane and the Cocktail are the only two range damage source from Ace right now, and here comes Sonya, whose side has to escape and go around in this case.
Huge stuns already here from Blaze. This is going to be a kill. KCB going to get blown up as well. Body block there. All that damage from Tychus, helping to finish him off. This actually could be an early fort. I want to go for the Immortal instead to just rush this one down as soon as possible. They're damaging the fort quite significantly, drawing the aggro of Sonya away. This composition against all this poke and also obviously the damage that Tychus does to large targets is difficult to pull off, but it can be done if the focus fire is there. If everyone's on the same page, if you focus down one target, you have the Rhaegar burst damage there, you've got Medivh sustained damage, and Greymane, for Pete's sake. But if you just cannot, if you never try or you never do anything but just watch the enemy team bleed you out with their ranged poke, you will just lose the game.
Yeah, the bigger they are at 4 works so well against the Diablo and any other tank targets. And once you have basically Modern's having free damage with the position because the front line with Tyrael and Blaze, they are able to body block, provide some CC so they can just do maximum DPS all the time. And Ace, they have to have the perfect portal chance to turn everything around, but so far lacking the damage to sustain from Rehgar's healing, so they can't really go in.
Here comes the first Immortal push. Sonya and Blaze have moved down to make sure that that soak comes through. A much better job this time is Ace to make sure that the soak happens. We don't have Blaze sitting up here doing nothing, or sorry, Sonya sitting up here doing nothing in this case. Look at all the damage. Look at how aggressive Modern Life is. KCP comes in here, gets knocked out by the grenade, struggles to get back into the portal because of the root. Does time it correctly to get out, but they're just getting bullied again. If we compare the siege damage between these two teams and the hero damage at the end of this game, it's going to be no contest. If this game continues like this, Ace is going to have half of what BlossoM has.
Oh man, look at Gondor just diving in. Hero almost died.
Yeah.
Trying to get into portal. They are lacking in CC. The sustain from gaming is somewhat having it, but I think they really have to wait till 10 and try to not lose the keep before.
It's so much easier said than done, but you're completely right, man.
Yes, all you can do is with that limited range damage, all you can do is take damage, try to slow down the push, and force a fight with the lane line seal. I think that's what they have to wait for, but before that, if they're pushed too far, maybe too late to come back into the game.
Well, I can tell you one thing right now. I don't think they can steal this camp away from BlossoM. Portal's really good here, but look at the root coming up. Double root already. Wiz comes back in for the double stun.
Oh man,
they get out of the portal. They're looking to steal this camp, but look at everyone's health bars.
Look at this positioning. He's alone away from the wall, just doing 3 damage. Medivh's the first one. No protection connecting it so far. That's not going to be the only kill. Witcher goes down along with him.
BlossoM just having the perfect roots every time. The positioning of Dudu is correct.
Is this a deja vu? Didn't this happen in game 1 also?
Yeah, but I mean,
bottom camp.
But in game 1, BlossoM had this comp against that Ace is running against BlossoM, and they totally destroyed it defensively. The comp they were running, it feels like deja vu, right? But Ace does not have the coordination to use this comp correctly, and Blaze being against this means the stuns come into the Diablo when he comes out of the portal. The root's there, so it's root into double stun. BlossoM just handled that situation so much better than Ace did when they were on the Diablo Medivh comp. And now, when Ace even has Sonya with it, they still can't execute. Diablo barely getting back in the portal. I love these grenades, too, to slow him getting down into the portal. Witcher is definitely going to die here.
Oh, Modern's on fire. Witcher solo gets the protection, but
he's about to have a grenade. Gets him over the wall. Goodbye.
I think the grenade just came back online, too.
Yeah, it did. He's been using these grenades every time someone uses the portal. Root comes in, so it's like, okay, well, if you didn't get rooted, you're knocked away from the portal now. If you want to walk back in the portal, you have to wait a second, or you're going to be walking into the root that's now expanding. The Tychus pick against this Medivh is really cool. It's very successful so far.
I want to see the numbers already. Of course, Tutu has been having no pressure from the side. Modern, he's the one that's actually with the team, providing the damage. But I think the real MVP here is Nasang, always putting that root onto the portal every single time, just making sure your teammates can do what they are supposed to do with that entangling root once they are rooted right after. Well, perfect timing for Tychus to do the damage. You don't even have to move when they're rooted.
They see the Aldruin sword and they're like, well, you can have it. I'm not going to fight for this one. Not against Sanctification, not without level 10. Fully shielded Immortal. You know, not feeling too good about Ace's chances here. Odin's up.
They are going for that keep. They will make it happen.
Core.
They hit 10 though. Diablo's coming from the side rush. I think they spotted them.
Holding a ley line. Okay, there it is, locked in. Watch Hero's position. Watch that bird.
Raven's coming in with the charge from Diablo.
Okay, drops down the portal. Where's that ley line? Tranquility's up here. Bunker helping everyone retreat, but the Immortal is still going strong on the keep. They have to go back in. Look at the arrow! Grenade and all the damage coming through. Medivh is dead. No ley line, no combo. That might just be game over here.
Did we miss the ley line? I don't think it ever activated.
I don't know if he ever if it ever even tried to use it. He might have, and we missed it. But like,
there were a few lines where I thought it was a good timing, but never really used it.
Too patient. And that's going to be the full wipe. Well, which was like, well, I'm still alive technically.
Almost, technically, but that's 4 kills. But almost the wipe, and the core's going down, so doesn't even matter. The game's going to be over. BlossoM!
There's the ley line.
Is it pairing up with anything?
Nope. Nope. Perfect game. BlossoM, 10 kills to 0. First game, 2 kills off of that perfect game. The second game was a perfect game straight up. BlossoM is not messing around tonight. They're not experimenting. They're sticking with straight up normal strategies. And it has been dominant. It has been one-sided. It has been tragic if you're an Ace fan. They came off of their last match with a win, their first win of the season.